Hey guys, we are back with some more Wolfsburg Wolves franchise mode, and in this one we have the year #1 draft, so let's get right into it. We have the 3rd overall pick, got shafted from Jack Hughes, as we are by far the worst team in the NHL, but the Minnesota Wild and Detroit got the 2 picks ahead of us. So let's see who Minnesota takes. It's undoubtedly going to be Jack Hughes, and if they don't take Jack Hughes, I will lose it. Sim pick, Jack Hughes, figured. So, Detroit, who will they take? They will take Lindbergh, who's 84 overall. My goodness. Just for Lindbergh. Alright, so your Wolfsburg Wolves are on the clock, and I think I know who exactly I'm taking. We don't have anything on Wisniewski. Grossman's good, but he's a defenseman. I want a forward. Kakko, he's good as well, but he's not as good as Maddox Homer, who has an A+, A+, A-, no weaknesses. He's strong on the puck. He has size, he has skill, and he has strength. 6'4", 216 pounds, power forward, plays like Milan Lucic. So this should be a pretty good pick here. 40 goals, 74 assists in 68 games played in the U.S. West, with plus 14 on 19-15 of ice time. So welcome to Wolfsburg, Maddox Homer. So now with that out of the way. I'm not sure what I want to do with my 2nd round pick. I might make a trade, and I might not. We'll see what happens. Because one player who was pointed out to me in the comments, and as well as another player who was on the block, well, it's the same player, from St. Louis, Dominic Buck, happens to be German as well, and he is on the block for St. Louis. Now, I want to see if I can make a trade for him. He's only 56 overall, though. So I'm not going to be giving up too much for him, but he is German. So you got to figure, you take the hometown kid who, he's on the block anyway, so you may as well try to go for him. So obviously you got Homer now, but obviously we're not giving him up. He is an 81 overall. He's going to be playing year #1, so that's good. So Coupland, I might give him up just because, he's low top 6 and he's not German. So I could give up Coupland in this for Bach. Now, draft picks. Do I want to give him my 2nd? I don't want to make see, this is why I don't want to make this trade yet, because I want to see what's available with the 2nd round pick. So we're going to send up to then, and we'll see what happens. So, 2nd round pick #1. Let's see what we have on the board here. So, Josh Williams. He's got that B for shooting, agility, quickness, and defensive zone play, and a weakness of balance. 6'1", 190, plays like Braden Shen, medium top 6. His overall might be in like the low 60s. Kokkonen. We don't have too much on him. Kalus. I don't see too much that I would want to take. Maybe Stafford, Christopher Stafford, 20 goals, 24 assists in 61 games in the U.S. West. B-, I think I'd rather take Williams. Frederick Minard, 0 goals, 0 assists in 20 games played in the Extraliga. Strengths are defensive zone play, character, and work ethic. Weaknesses are skating, faceoffs, and agility. Don't like that weakness of faceoffs as a center. I still might take him, but, he's not looking great. Ukart, B, B-, C, C-. Top 6 low, top 4 low. I'd rather take one of the medium top 6s, B-, B-. That's a low top 6 as well. So, for me, I think it'd either be Stafford or... what's his name? Williams, if we're going to be picking with this pick. B, C, C, D, I don't know. Josh Williams, he's got that medium 6 potential, but the question is, would he be better than someone like Dominic Buck? Let's check his stats, actually. WHL, 39 points in 39 points in 66 games, 20 goals. Plus 29, 220 shots, 11 power play points, 1802 of ice time. All right, let's see how Bach did this past year. Actually, I'm going to call a timeout before we run out of time. So off our trade to St. Louis, let's see what Bach did. So where would that be? Rookie skaters, I would imagine. Yep, there you go. So 56 overall. And what did he, we don't have any stats on him, unfortunately. Oof, that's a bit rough. But you know what? He is the German. And he's got that medium top 6. He was on forward line 2, apparently. Or forward line 4, penalty kill 2. But I'm not sure if that was on St. Louis. That was, I mean, I would imagine that was on St. Louis's minor league team. So, do I want to use my second to trade for Bach? I don't think so. Because Bach might be available still later on in the draft. And I could potentially get a steal with like my 4th round pick. And then use the value from that 4th round pick that we had just picked to get Dominic Bach. So I think I would rather pick here. And Josh Williams, I think, is the guy here that we're going to go for. Because I don't really see too much else that I like. I mean, Christopher Stafford, he's a gem and a medium top 6. But I don't like his report cards as much as I do Williams. And Williams is ranked higher anyway. So... yep, we're just going to take Josh Williams. Welcome to Wolfsburg. And we will simulate up to our next pick. And that would be... well, Osgood's available. Low top 6. B minus, B minus, C, C minus, C minus, C minus. Is there any other potential guys down here? Low top 6. Low top 4. Steen's apparently a gem, but we don't have his exact potential. Low top 4. Let's sort here by potential. See if there's any hidden gems. There's no elites. There's a low elite here. Caden Tucker. He might be one of those guys who we take with the 4th or 5th round pick, and then trade for Dominic Bach with him. And then there's Steen. Let's sort by rank again. So there's Osgood, and there's Steen. I think those are the 2 guys who I'd be looking at to take with this pick. Maximus Polweg, 5'9", leadership ability, mobility, offensive instinct, slack size, B, B minus, B minus, C, C, C minus. Steen is B, B minus, B minus, C minus, C, C minus. 6'2" forward. I think I'd rather take Steen over the defenseman. And then Osgood, B minus, B minus, C, C minus, C minus, C minus. It looks like he's just slightly worse, right now anyway, than Steen is. B minus, or because he's got that B, and then B minus, C minus, C, C minus. And then if we go back to Osgood, he's got B minus, C, C minus, C minus, C minus. So he's got a better shooting rating, and he's also got a better physical category. So I might just take Steen here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Lars Steen, welcome to the Wolfsburg Wolves. Now let's go to the 4th and 5th round pick. And after that, we'll see if Bach is still on the block. Alright, so fringe starter. Yeah, I think at this point it'd be beneficial to sort by potential. So Tucker's still here. And I think he might honestly be the one we're taking. Oh, wait. Brody Lutzer. He doesn't have a great report card, but he's still got that medium top 6. Caden Tucker doesn't have a great report card either. He's going later. Okay, so hold on. What is our 5th round pick like? Yeah, I think that will be. I think Tucker should still be there at that pick. So I'm, with this pick, going to take... what's his name? What is his name? Lutzer. Yeah, because he's ranked higher. And he will definitely go before the 5th round, as opposed to the other guy, who we will take, hopefully, with our 5th round pick. So, Brody Lutzer, welcome to the Wolfsburg Wolves. Is he... actually, is that... that sounds German. Is he German? No, he's American. Alright, so sim up to the 5th round. Let's see. Is that guy still there? Yes, he is still there. So, Caden Tucker, welcome to Wolfsburg. And this might be short-lived here, as I'm going to see if Dominic Bach is still available, as I really want to get that German on board, and he still is, so let's see if we can get him. And now let's see. Tucker, there's Steen, who's a 63 overall. Lutzer, Tucker. Yeah, I think I would include Tucker and maybe Coupland as well. So Tucker and Coupland for Bach. Would that go through? Actually, that might. That might go through. Proposed trade? Trade accepted. Very nice. Okay, so we got ourselves Dominic Bach from St. Louis. Welcome home, Dominic Bach. So, yeah, that was my plan, and I think it worked out very nicely. I knew I should not have traded that second round pick, because I knew I'd be able to get some more value later on with those later picks. Alright, so now at this point, I think we're going to sort by gem and bust, see if there's any left. There does not appear to be. And no, there is not, so we'll sort by potential now. Low top six, low top six. There doesn't appear to be too many good ones left. There's Radek Dopita, who's a medium starter. We do technically need a goaltender. So even if we're just drafting for value here, this might not be a bad pick. And then, I mean, really here, we're just drafting for value no matter what. Because all of these players right here, they're going to take a very long time to develop. So, yeah. We'll just take Dopita since he's ranked higher than Dykes, and he's also around the same rank as Jenks. Jenks is slightly higher, but I would rather take the goaltender right now. Welcome to Wolfsburg, Radek Dopita. And going into round number 7, hopefully that low top 6 guy is still there. One of the low top 6s are still there. And Dalton Dykes is still here, so we will be taking him. Welcome to Wolfsburg. So there you go. There is the year 1 draft all done. So Homer, Williams, Steen, Lutzer, Dopita, Dykes, and Dominic Bach. Welcome to the Wolfsburg Wolves. As we did trade Caden Tucker pretty much immediately for Dominic Bach. So, there you go. That will do it for the draft. And let's get to the re-sign stage now. This should be pretty interesting. As we do have quite a lot of bad contracts to go through. Well, not bad contracts, just bad players in general, I guess. So, in terms of scouts, I would like to get... Well, first of all, let's focus on renewing some of these guys. Graps, yeah, definitely want to renew him. He is an A. There you go. Give you all the money you want. Alright, contract screen. Here we go. Chara has not retired, and he wants to re-sign. So I am perfectly fine with that. Let's see what he wants. 4.75, I mean, it's not really... it's not going to hurt us, so... Welcome back to Wolfsburg, Chara. Connolly wants to re-sign as well. I mean, I'll give you 2 years there for 1.8. Why not? Bellemare wants to re-sign. I mean, hey, all these guys who would normally be on an NHL team would definitely be on our team. So Cullen does not want to re-sign. Even though we can afford to overpay him as of right now, we'll just release him. We'll let him weigh his options, I suppose. We'll release all these guys who do not want to re-sign. So Yurko, Colburn, all these guys. Alright, so I've done a bit of roster cleaning here. I've released everyone who I do not want, and obviously I signed some veterans for the AHL, but this is the year where we are definitely going to start improving, looking to sign some guys out of free agency, since we now have Maddox Homer, who is an 81 overall. He will be playing in the NHL this year. I want him to have an actual line mate. So, get on the team, Maddox Homer. Williams is a 62, so I'm not... Would he be able to sign? No, he'll probably go back to junior, so there's no point in signing him right now. Lars Steen, however, we could definitely sign him, as he was, I believe, in the SHL. Let's just make sure. Yep, SHL. That would make sense. He's from Sweden. And Lutzer, he was from the US, so we might be able to sign him. Yeah, you know what? We'll sign Lutzer. It's not like we have too many other options at the moment. Dykes, he is American as well. We will sign him. And then as far as Dopita goes, he's a 47 overall. I'll let him stay in the Czech Republic or wherever he played. I honestly, I don't know where he played because we have nothing on him. So we'll just leave him to wherever he, whatever league he was in before. And that'll be it for the re-sign stage, it appears. Yes, indeed. So we will advance today, see if we signed all these guys. I would imagine why we wouldn't have, and we will get to free agency to see who is there. Philip Hendricks, a scout. Chara, Garrison, rejected. Grab, rejected. Anyone who rejects here, I will just release. I have no problem releasing all these hacks. So, Falk, Garrison, get out of here. Get out of here. And Hensick rejected. I mean, it's a legendary name. I'll see if he'll if he'll stay here for 800,000. If he doesn't, then I'll release him. But still, you always gotta have a Hensick on your team. Always. So let's see. Does he accept? Graps accepted. That's good. He's a good scout of ours, and Hensick accepts. Okay, so that's good. He'll at the very least be in our AHL. Because, again, I do want to get some actual NHL caliber forwards this year to be able to play with guys like Maddox Homer and Alexander Kuleshov. And what am I doing? I guess I'm just making sure that we have everyone signed at this point. So goalies RFAs, skaters RFAs, skaters UFAs, goalies UFAs. We are all set to go for free agency. So let's get there right now. All right, let's see who's in free agency here. As Artemi Panarin, Eric Carlson, Mark Stone, Alex Pietrangelo, Braden Shen. Now, I don't know about all these guys, but... Oh, Braden Point. Is Braden Point still available? He's tendered, though. He is tendered by whoever has him. Tampa Bay still has him. So did Tampa just never trade Braden Point? Because if that's the case, then... Now that we have some more value on our team with all those prospects we drafted, Braden Point might not be a bad idea. So, like, if we take a look here, like, we could trade Williams, Lutzer, Steen, Dykes. We have some value there now, and then along with maybe a draft pick, that might actually go through. So let me see here, because Braden Point, that sounds juicy. We weren't able to get him last year, but his value is actually, I think, has dropped from last year, because he was an 86, if I remember correctly, last year. Now he's an 85. Did he just not play at all this year? I don't think he did. 2017-18. Was that this past simulation year? No, it wasn't. He didn't play at all. He did not play at all last year. That's why he dropped. So maybe we can just get him out of Tampa Bay, where he obviously can't be signed. So maybe if we trade, let's say, Lutzer, Steen, and then if we give up maybe a second, how much value would that be? That might honestly be enough. Lutzer, Steen, and a second for Braden Point. Proposed trade. Trade accepted. Welcome to Wolfsburg, Braden Point. So first major trade of the GM mode, and we get our hands on Braden Point. So now we are going to have to offer him a contract right away, as he's still an RFA. So going to here, and where is he? RFAs. There we go, Braden Point. So let's offer him a contract. Let's give him, yeah, I guess we'll give him 7 years. I mean, he is a pretty good point scorer. We know that. And, yeah, I mean, I was tempted to make a pun there, but, you know, it's so obvious that I'm just not, yeah, I just can't be bothered. So, salary offered, we can give him, I think 6.5 would be good for a point for 7 years, because honestly, he's a very good player. We know that. So 7 years, I have no problem with that. And especially at that price, like, that's an easily movable contract, presuming Point stays at the overall he's at, and I don't see any reason why he should drop. So, yeah, Braden Point, welcome to Wolfsburg, presuming you sign. So, yeah, let's get into free agency, see what else we can snag up. Lee, Backstrom. So now that we have Point, maybe some other players would be willing to sign with Wolfsburg here. What other RFAs are there? Aston Reese. Okay, so there's not really any other major ones besides Point, and we already traded for him. So let's sort by age now. Let's see any young guys, major young guys who are in free agency. I'm going to look at mainly the overall. As we keep going down. Actually, you know what? We're just going to be wasting our time here. So we'll sort by overall, and then we'll look at their age. That'd be, I think that'd be more efficient. So 28, 29, 29, 29, 36, 27, 39, 29. Mostly older guys here. I think I'd be able to go for... I'd want to go for anyone who is 27 or younger. 28, 29 is a little old for me at the moment. So guys like Carlson and Pietrangelo and Backstrom and Josi, not really. Artemi Panarin, Braden Shen, Mark Stone, Mikael Granlund. All these guys could be pretty good for us. Now, the question is, do we want to continue to tank, or do we want to get that one good player like in Artemi Panarin so that he could play with Maddox Homer and Braden Point, and then let all the rest of the lines just suffer? So we're still technically tanking in that way. Because it doesn't look like there's any defensemen I would really want here. None that are within our age range anyway. Muzzin is 30. Brody's 29. Josi is 29. Pietrangelo, Carlson are also 29. So I want younger defensemen, obviously, for this team. I want younger players in general. So 27 or younger. And that's why I'm sort of gravitating towards Artemi Panarin right now. He could be a good long-term player for us for about 5 or 6 years before we even think about having to trade him. So he could be very good with Maddox Homer and Braden Point, because that'd be the sniper, playmaker, power forward. But again, the question is, do we want to immediately start building this roster with depth players, or do we want to continue to tank to maybe get a couple more good prospects? I think that's the better idea there, but I still think Artemi Panarin would be a very good player for this organization for years to come, and it would definitely speed up that rebuild. But again, I don't see any reason why we still wouldn't be a non-playoff team this upcoming year, because, again, we just don't have the depth, and our best players would be Panarin and then Point, and then Homer and Kuleshov and Chara. And after that, we don't really have anybody. So, do we want to sign Panarin? That's the huge question here. And then in terms of goaltenders, there's Holtby, there's Bobrovsky. Again, I want someone who's 27 or younger. Leonard's the only guy who I would really want to go after here. So maybe if we gave Leonard like a little trial run, like maybe 2 years for Leonard, that might not be too bad. Let's see his simulation. I mean, he's not great, but he did he play... Wait, was 2017, 2018 this past simulation year? Right now it's July 2019. No. So Leonard didn't even play this past year either. At least I'm pretty sure. Is that Thomas Greiss as an 89 overall? Oh my goodness. Corey Crawford. Did any of these guys play last year? Yeah, Corey Crawford played. Okay, so yeah. Leonard did not play at all last year. So do we give him the chance, like just an opportunity to be our goaltender? It won't be anything long term. It won't be anything more than 2 years. Yeah, I'd be willing to give Leonard a chance, especially if we're going after Artemi Panarin, which again, the more I think about it, the more the more juicy it sounds in my head. So offer contract to Robin Leonard, and yeah, I mean honestly, I think we go after Artemi Panarin because this is a young, upcoming team, and he could be here for the next 5 to 6, maybe even 7 years without even having to think about trading him until then. You know, so that might not be a bad signing. And he wants 7 years, so it works out perfectly. So he would be 34 by the time his contract runs out. We'd be able to trade him in the last year. And yeah, this is really actually kind of rationalizing in my head right now. I don't know if it's just the fact that it's Artemi Panarin, but still, it's a good player to go after, obviously. And the fact that we're a young, upcoming team could potentially make Panarin want to come here, as well as the Russian connection of Alexander Kuleshov. Man, I just come up with a new reason every time I go through it. So let's give Panarin an offer here. Let's give him 7 years for 9 mil, just to make him, you know what? Let's make it really worth his while here. 9.5 for Artemi Panarin. Offer contract. I did it, boys. I did it. Now, again, we're going to obviously be bad next year because of the lack of depth. But with 1 or 2, I would say 1 more good draft, and we should be within the realm of contention. And then definitely the year after, we will be contenders for sure by then. So, yeah. I like all those signings there, and I definitely like that trade for Braden Point. Now, you can argue all you want about the realism about signing Panarin as a rebuilder, but we gave him a lot more money than he was asking for, and you got to think, at what point does money outweigh the desire to win? You know? So, or at least the desire to win right now. Like, we'll be a good team when he is still a good player. So, you know, there's still opportunity for him here. So we're just gonna see. Actually, before, okay, Robin Lehter signed. Good. Stop. The reason I stopped, I forgot to rather sign some scouts, and so let's see what we're missing here, because I would rather get another A overall scout, though I'm not sure if they're still available at this point. I might have just made a mistake there. So Liga, SHL, Extra Liga, NALA, Dell, so we got Europe covered. US Central, US West, we have at least 2 US scouts, that's good. QOW. I mean, we technically have every area we need covered, but I would rather get like another A overall scout, you know? So let's see who's available. And there are no A's left, but there are some B's. AHL, NHL, AHL, and they're all professional scouts. So let's see if we can replace any of our current scouts who are the professional scouts. AHL, NHL, NHL. We might be able to replace Holly. That's really about it. And he's an AHL scout, so you know what? There's no point. Unless we were to sign like a junior scout. If there's like a B- scout in the NLA or the SHL. So let's see who else is available in terms of like B-. Scandinavia, Thomas Asplund. Let's see, he's good in Russia. He's good in all Scandinavia. Yeah, we'll sign him. He's young too, he's 33. And then Duchesne, WHL, AHL, USA. May as well get another USA scout. We can cover all the USA regions. There you go. I believe that is 20 as well, so yeah, there you go. Yeah, that would be 20. So let's get back and see if we can get Artemi Panarin. I hope so. I really hope so. That goes without saying, but come on. Asplund, very nice. Welcome to Wolfsburg, Artemi Panarin. And we now have Artemi Panarin in 2 series on this channel in a row with Vegas and now Wolfsburg. And Braden Point accepted his contract extension as well. And then there's another scout, and that appears to be it. So again, we're not going to be a good team this year, but we are definitely making strides in the right direction. So let's just take a look at our roster the way it is. I do want some depth NHLers this year so that we can at least have a somewhat good, you know, a better year than we had last year. So maybe it'd be a good idea to go after, like, I don't know, 5 solid forwards here who can play, who could just eat up bottom 6 minutes. Because I think Homer is going to be on the second line at the very least this year. And in terms of defensemen, might want to get a couple of like 78s, 79s, just you know, something to show that we're improving and that we're not intentionally tanking, even though that's our, you know, our goal. All right, so let's see. Defenseman. And we have all the money in the world right now as well. We have 40 million, so you may as well spend it on some depth. But again, it's going to be veteran depth. It's not going to be anyone who's like long term for this team, So Coburn, yeah, another former Tampa Bay Lightning. Maybe has some chemistry with Braden Point. They have the same name after all. So I'll give like 4 mil to Braden Coburn just because, again, we have to kind of fill out the salary anyway. It'd be really nice, EA, if you could put like a tight pad there. I never understood why you don't do that. Wait, what-handedness is Coburn? Lefty. All right, so I want a righty now. Yep, I mean, hey, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, he might not be a bad top 6 of the future. I'll sign him to 1 year at, again, 4 mil. We'll just fill up the cap as much as we can here. There you go. Now another lefty, Kulikov. There's Ouellette. You know what? We may as well get Ouellette. He's young. He's 25. We'll give him an opportunity. And I won't overpay this guy since he is young and he could be someone who fills in on the roster longer term than all these other guys are. So 1 year for 2.2 for Ouellette. And then we need a righty to go alongside of him. Erickson, Green. No, he's a lefty. I should know that. Lefty. Righty is Heed. All right, you know what? Yeah, we'll just go after Heed. It took so long to find a righty. All right, so we'll give Heed. He's not going to be long term, I wouldn't imagine. So we'll give him like 4 mil. Now, keep in mind we do have to go after some forwards here to fill out the bottom 6. So that's why I'm not giving everyone too much, like the league maximum or whatever. But we're definitely giving them more than they would want. Tyler Toffoli. Well, I mean, obviously it'd be a no-brainer for them. Now, Tyler Toffoli, he's 27, so if we were to sign him, he could be a good player, a good little player for like 5 years or so. So he might not be bad to go after. Mark Stone as well. I mean, if we're really trying to go for it in terms of free agents this year, but no, that's kind of unrealistic to get that many good free agents at once. So we're going to go just get some depth here. Pajot, I want a good face-off guy. How is he at face-offs? 51% last year. Yep, we will offer out Jean-Gabriel Pajot. And I'll give him 1 year at 4 mil, just to stay consistent here. All right, so another guy I'm going to go after is Brendan Gaunce, because in the AHL last year, he had 69 takeaways, 45 giveaways, 139 hits, so he's physical, and he takes away the puck more than he gives it away. So we're going to give Brendan Gaunce a chance. He's young as well, so we'll give him 1 year at 2 mil, just because, again, he's young. Don't want to inflate his confidence there. Martin Hansel, he might not be bad. Let's take a look at him. Takeaways. This is in the AHL, though. I'm looking for guys here who you could trust defensively, but unfortunately, I'm not seeing too many of those right now. So if we don't see any, then we'll literally just fill out the rest of our roster with, the low 70 guys, which it doesn't look like there is any good defensive players here. So maybe, well, actually, let's see. Maybe JT Brown. Not really. Doesn't look good. Michael Frolik. I mean, he's definitely an NHL player, but I don't like his giveaway and takeaway ratio. Connor Sheary. Maybe he could be, yeah, he could be some good depth. Good depth scoring for the third line. Or I guess maybe even in our case, second line. Who knows? So we'll offer Connor Sheary. And he could actually be a good long-term player for the third line. So I'll give him 3.6 for 2 years. Yeah. And then Bacher, maybe 47 points last year, 60 takeaways. Ooh. Another good third liner. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll give him 2 years for 3.6 just to stay consistent with Connor Sheary. And then Marleau. I mean, I think that's good for veteran depth right now. I mean, unless Colin Wilson. Colin Wilson isn't bad either. Takeaways 49, giveaways 45. So he's got more takeaways than giveaways. So yeah, we'll get Colin Wilson on this team. 2 years at we'll get him for 2.75. Since it's going to be a multi-year contract, well, actually, I'll just give him 1 year. Yeah, sure. And then 4 years. Or, not 4 years, jeez. 4 mil. Heads all over the place today. There you go. So that should be good, honestly. Again, we're still trying to tank, technically, but we're at least trying to make it look like we're improving, which we technically are with these acquisitions from free agency and with that trade for Braden Point, which was a long-term trade for sure. But yeah, for the most part, the main goal for this upcoming year is still to be the worst team in the NHL to get the first overall pick. So all these guys accepting, very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice, and that should be it. Yeah, there you go. So let's check our roster right now just to make sure that we have everything covered. I mean, again, it doesn't really matter if we have like 1 or 2 or even 3 low 70 overall players in there, because again, the main goal this year is to be a bad team again so we can get the first overall pick. But, you know, we had to improve at least a little bit in terms of depth. So there's 8, 9, 10, I guess 11 and 12. Yeah, sure. Again, it doesn't matter too much. And then in terms of defensemen, yeah, we're good. We're good for defensemen, and then Robin Leonard, and then I guess Berube. Sure. So we are going into year number 2 with this roster, and let's get to it. All right, so yeah, we're obviously still a rebuilder, but we are looking much better than last year with Artemi Panarin, with Braden Point, with Shiri, Bakker, Kuleshov probably growing. Now, he's still an 81 overall apparently, but I would imagine that'll change as Homer is an 81 overall. All these guys, yep. Best lines, let's see. Panarin, Point, Shiri, yeah, I would imagine. Bakker, Pajot, Homer, Wilson, Bellemare, Connolly, Ferraro, Gauntz, and Archibald. And then Chara and Kuleshov, Coburn and TVR, Ouellette and Heed. And then goaltenders, Leonard and Berube. And then Scratcher, Sislo, and Mitchell. So there you go. There is the start of the year 2 rosters. And let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys in the next one.